Hi, everybody. I'm Alejandro, if you don't remember me. So let's get started. I'm going to present going deeper into first-person activity recognition. So this paper is about recognizing activities in short clips. So, so we have a sequence. It's a long sequence. And the sequence here, as you can see, it's how to prepare a hot dog. So the first mini clip, it's take a bread. So we are looking for the object bread, and the action is take. We classified, in this paper, they say that an activity, it's both things. So it's the activity here, it's in the first frame, it's take bread. In the second frame, it's also the action take, but we have a different object, the hot dog. So the activity to recognize is take the hot dog. Then the last one here in this example, it's how to put the hot dog on the bread. So I think that maybe we should see a short clip. They are really short. So. ¿Cuál quieres abrir? Ese. Sí. So, well, here, as you can see, there are a lot of activities involved. There is spraying the mustard over the sandwich or hot dog. So it will take a little bit. Now it's closing the mustard, taking back the mustard, and then taking the ketchup. So, well, if you notice that it's really, really short how the hands prepare the hot dog. So let's go back to the presentation. Okay, so, well, what they propose here is that you first have to find the hands in the frame, in the sequence. Oops, sorry. You have to find the hands in the sequence first. So you have to, in the paper, they recognize a hand as an arm plus a hand. Then, based on the segmentation of the hand, they propose a location of the object. So they might find the bread or the hot dog in the image. Well, they will also use motion. So they use optical flow to help to classify the short sequence. Okay. So, well, from this approach, they propose this CNN architecture. As you can see, the first part is the segmentation and localization stream. They, at the end of that stream, they put CNN. And they also use another CNN for motion recognition. And finally, they fuse them using late fusion over the CNN. Well, the first part, this one is the appearance stream. In the top, you can see the segmentation CNN. This segmentation CNN is fully convolutional network. So at the end, you will, and also it has a binary output. So you will get the hand mask, a hand mask like the ones here, the ground truth hand mask. So, and the localization CNN, it will give you an area. At the end, they use this area, they use a Gaussian to make it look similar as a heat map. So here is the training data. You can see some images, the ground truth hand masks, and the heat maps for the objects. So, well, it looks like a cup in this image, and also, well, yeah, it's a cup. So, okay. Okay. So, well, okay, let's continue with the training. So, here they use as a training the ground truth hand mask that they label by hand, manually label, and the heat map Gaussian bumps. And at the end of the CNNs, they use another fully connected, a normal CNN at the end in the stream. So, well, here on the bottom of the slide, you can see some preliminary results of just using this stream in the task of recognizing the objects. So there at the left, at your left, you can see some examples of where they found hands plus the objects. Here, in this small table, you can see that they didn't beat the join full stream in these results, but they do a better job than Fatih, the guy who originally published that data set. Okay, so let's keep looking for the architecture. Now we take a look at the optical flow. So this is the motion stream. So, well, they use a fixed set of frames, and they obtain the optical flow, the vertical lines and horizontal lines as an input to the CNN. So at the left, you can see some examples of the results they get. You can see starting and ending frames with the optical flows and the average. Again, you can see in the table that they obtain better results than Fatih, but they are not as good as when they combine the CNN. By the way, if you have questions, you can ask them right away. So, well, now the results for the full architecture. They combined, again, they use late fusion. The network is trained like a fully connection. They once they have trained the networks in the appearance stream, they join the motion stream, and they use late fusion, and they again they train it all over the data set. So, well, they overall the data sets, they improve the baseline of the classification, of the activity classification. So, well, they test their CNN on 3 data sets, the GTA and GAZE. The GAZE plus 44 is only an extension of the GAZE dataset. Well, finally, I just want to say a few comments on the accuracy, because it's a good idea to combine the optical flow with the recognizing hands and objects from the image, but they are not really doing a nice job, I would say. And just looking at taking a closer look at the confusion matrix, because some actions are really confused. So, for instance, they confuse closing the jump bubble with opening the Java loop. And well, it shouldn't be it shouldn't be that hard to recognize, because when you open a bubble, it's standard ways that you go from right to left, and when you close it, you do the opposite. So you go to the left. So it's strange that they confuse both actions, and even more, they also confuse they also confuse the activities with non-related things. For instance, here, well, let me take out that. Well, okay, well, it looks better. Well, you can see this column. Like, this column will tell you that they are confusing taking the peanut butter with opening and scooping the peanut butter. So I don't know if and these data sets are really toy problems. So I don't really know if they really work that well, the approach they used. But well, they did the baseline. So that's all. Questions?
So, again, what do you appreciate very much? What do you think is the main nice contribution?
Well, the main attraction of the paper was that they use optical flow, and they combine it with hand segmentation and object localization. So it's a good idea, but only for egocentric images, because I'm not really sure if it will work in our task, in our domain, live logging, because for instance, we don't really take a video from the whole day activities. Maybe if it's really important, you take a short clip, and that's it. But you are not gonna waste time like filming how you prepare a sandwich, for instance. And well, but this approach will work well on situations like using a GoPro when you go to jump out of a plane, or when you go on vacation trip. Yeah, that's nice. The other thing that I appreciate is that they also use a fully convolutional network for doing binary segmentation. That's an interesting idea, but you also need a lot of label data.
So do you think that we can use some of their ideas?
Well,
would it be helpful for us in that way?
We are trying to. We mainly use the appearance stream. We are doing a similar thing on the appearance stream. I mean, we are looking for hand detection, and then we are going to try to find the object of interest using the hands, because, well, the hands have a lot of information in our context. But we cannot use the optical flow, because we only take like 2 or at most 3 pictures per minute. So we lost a lot of information.
Can you go back to this slide with the architecture?
Yep.
So basically, the CNN architecture is just the last part, no, where we have the different network. Because I mean, there you have the video clip, and then you extract the hands. then you use this information to localize the object. But then there is no back propagation. So this is you detect the region of interest of the object, and then this is the input for the tree network on the appearance stream. And then you have the optical flow, which is the input of the action net, no?
Well,
So basically, I understand that the back propagation is just on the tree network that you have on the end.
well, I think that what they do is that the optical flow, they don't do it for using backpropagation. It's already given, but the first part, the appearance stream, they train it first. They train it separately. So here they train it separately, the first part. But at the end, when they combined also the motion stream, they do backpropagation on those networks. But well, first they fine tuning, and then they do a small backpropagation over all the network.
But just on the part with object, not with the ends, no? The ends is just used at the beginning. You don't do back propagation also on the segmentation CNN and there, no?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But they could do it. I mean, I'm not sure if they do it or not, but if they combine all the different networks that they have trained separately, they could train them all together.
Yeah, and well, they also can slow down the backpropagation in that part. Like maybe they keep some layers static. For instance.
And for the late fusion, what they use just a fully connected layer?
No, well, these the stream, both CNNs at the end, these ones, they are normal CNNs. They have the first layers are convolutional and the last ones are fully connected. They use the classic CNNs in those networks.
Yeah, so for the two streams,
Until they
yeah. And then they concatenate what the output.
Yeah.
And then what do you have after is a fully connected layer.
Yeah.
And then
the softmax and
Other questions? More questions?
If they have, I don't know how long the videos are, but they manage to get only fixed length videos. How do you think they do that?
The video shows how to prepare something like food, but they crop the video in small segments. So, and this segment, for each segment, they have a fixed length of frames, like let's say 5 or 10, because the activities take place on, I don't know, at most 100 frames or 70, between 70 and 100 frames. So, yeah, if, for instance, if this activity has 100 frames, they might use 60.
And drop the other one.
Yeah.
And they have to make sure that the action is fully contained in the segment and no overlap with back.
Well, I think that the input is, they are classifying inputs. I mean, what they do is like, like, well, they have a full sequence. Make coffee. Okay, I did that. So this is one short segment. Here you can have like take coffee. Then you can have a take cup. Scoop coffee. And so on and so on. So here, well, the first segment is, it's just, well, it's not really used for on the wild. They already have they have this activity and the other one, but they don't last the same. So here it lasts 40, and here it lasts 60, and here from 0 to 100. So they state that they use a fixed length.
The first part.
Yeah, so they might take they might do a subsampling, like this, take the frame 20 and take the frame 55 and the 83, and they use it as the input.
The input of the twin network, so it's basically you have a volume, you don't have a image by image, no? Just for the segmentation you have image by image.
Right.
So they give a volume.
Yeah. Any more questions?